The word legend is wrongly used in Welsh rugby over many years with loads of people. But I'm thrilled to be talking to a real legend of Welsh rugby today, because in the Victoria Bookshop signing in his new book is no one else but Phil Bennett. Phil, it's lovely to have you in Haverfordwest. I know you've got fond memories of this area.
I've got great memories of Haverfordwest. One of the nicest and best players I ever played with was Peter Morgan.
Yes.
Who came from
and
this
still
park.
about, still being a nuisance.
Yeah,
he is.
He's a counsellor now. He's gone very posh, right?
Yeah, that's right.
But he was great, you know. And I had a friend called George Edwards who lived in
Milford Haven.
Just
George,
10 minutes away, and he was a Llanelli man originally.
Yes.
Then moved down here, and I spent many happy hours at his home with friends down here. So I've got great memories. I've played rugby against Haverfordwest, you know, in cup matches and in friendlies. So, and I came to watch a boxing show, you know.
Yes.
And I'm sure Howard Winston, the great Howard Winston, was fighting down here in Haverfordwest.
Big boxing you with Graham Brockway and
And I stayed in the hotel in the county.
And
I don't think we went to bed that night. We were reminiscing about the fight.
Well, that's good. I mean, you're here today to sign your book, Greatest Scarlets Team Ever. And we can say nobody knows the Scarlets better than you. You're still in an honoured position there now.
Yes.
Was it a book that was hard to write in the sense of picking the actual players?
When Ali Wynne-Bevan phoned me up and said, Phil, we're going to write a book. And I said, I've already done 2 books. What the hell are you on about? And then he said, the best Scarlets team. I thought, well, that's going to be okay. A couple of sessions and we'll do it. Yeah. Honestly, we must have met 10 times just to go through certain positions. And believe me, the one thing I wanted to do was to do certain players justice. Those who didn't make the team, I wanted to say how great they were, because they've got family, and I wanted to show that I respected them greatly.
So it's a big responsibility.
It was a big responsibility, and you know, some of the players I left out, you know, it saddened me to leave them out.
Yes.
But then, you know, you have to pick 15, and that's the way it goes. But the loveliest thing for me, just very quickly, Lawrence Delaney got in my side, and he came to the launch, and I don't think Lawrence expected to be on the side, and he was almost in tears.
Great.
He said, I made the side, and I felt so proud for Lawrence as
That's
well.
Fantastic,
then, you know.
Because it is an emotive thing. People do like to feel welcomed by that, and it looks superb, doesn't it? I mean, you have to say Gomer has done a great job of bringing it to life. It's full of life.
Do you know the best thing I can say about the book? And it's a very quick story. I was in an old people's home in Llanelli, and I was walking through after visiting a gentleman, and I saw this elderly man looking out of a window with fairish hair, and I said to the 2 staff, that's not Peter Blondie Evans. Yes, they said. Captain Llanelli in 1952 against New Zealand. I went on to the window. I said, Peter, and some days he's good, some days he's bad. He was good that day, and he grabbed my hand and he put it near his heart, and he said, Scarlets forever.
Oh, great.
And I tell you what, I could have cried with emotion. And I'd written before I'd met him how great a player he was.
Fantastic.
And so that meant a lot to me.
And I know you've been very busy with the book signings. You're here to do that today, and there's going to be a big crowd. I hope you won't get writer's cramp. But I mean, you've been all over with this.
Yeah, we started off in Ammanford. We've sort of been to Llanelli, which was great. A wonderful evening on Wednesday down in Newcastle Emlyn. They had a Victoria night there.
Yes.
The shops were packed. I drank more mull wine than I've ever drunk in my life there on Wednesday. And we've been to Llanelli, and I think we are now going to Carmarthen. So there's a few to do, and really I don't mind doing them because the people are so nice, you know. And what's been nice, we did a huge one in Cardiff, and I thought, well, who's going to buy a Scarlets book in Cardiff? But what was nice, it was International Day, I think it was the New Zealand game, and people from North Wales were coming down, and they were saying, oh, there's my Christmas present coming in, you know, and so it's been great.
But there are certain people, Phil, who transcend being Scarlets or Cardiff, or like I'm a Pontypridd boy. You're Welsh, that's the thing. You know, your involvement with that as well. That makes it so that you belong to everybody in Wales, don't you? Not just Llanelli.
Well, I hope so. I think I was in a lunch yesterday in London with Bayfield of England.
Oh, big Martin.
The great Sean Fitzpatrick.
Oh, yes.
Henderson, a centre from Ireland who went with the 2001 Lions team. And, you know, there you are in a room full of about 500 people. And I think there must have been 2 Welshmen in the room. But the 2 of us got together, 3 of us, and we said, hey, we're standing tall here this afternoon. Nobody's going to take the mick out of the Welsh. And that, you are very proud of the Welsh.
I mean, it's an ideal time for the book to come out now, because I've spoken to a couple of women who come in to have it signed today. A, because they think you're lovely, but B, because it's a great Christmas present for mums, not only for mums, but for dads, granddads, sons. I mean, my son-in-law has already told me, and he's Cardiff. big Cardiff, you've got to get one signed by Phil for me. So it's great that happens as well, isn't it?
Well, I think probably 80% of the books, when you say, who do I write this to? And if it's to John, I say, what do you want underneath? Oh, can you put Merry Christmas 2014? So I've done that, and if it helps to be, a nice Christmas present, and so be it. So I'm delighted.
I'm joined today by Alan Wynne-Bevan, who's been here before with Alan Wynne-Jones when he brought his book out. I mean, I bet he's been a real professional to work with.
He is outstanding. I've known Alan a long time. We played cricket against each other 40, 50 years ago. We've travelled all over France watching matches, both at European level and Welsh level. And you're right, the word professional is 100%. He'd go back, and after spending 3 hours, he'd say, Phil, this is what I come up with. And I'd say, well, I put this mistake, that mistake, and he'd alter it straight away. He wanted it spot on, and that's how it's been.